So till now we did the classes we call recapitulated classes or like small brief course or basic classes. So today we are starting the regular classes. So I want to deal a topic called light. So light plays important role. But what is actually light? Light is a form of energy. It's a type of energy. It's a form of energy. Light is a form of energy. Okay. So we are able to see the things around us if there is light. But in the reality, we are able to see the things only if there is vision. Okay, means whenever light falls on any object, suppose this is a pen, directly you can't see it. Light rays falls on the object, so its image is formed in the inside our lens. So due to that from the lens that message goes to the brain. So brain comes to know that this is pen. In this way, light is a form of energy. We are able to see the things only if there is light. Then, what are the sources of light? When you say sources, we have two types of sources. One is artificial source, one is natural source. Sources of light. I told one is natural source and one is artificial source. So natural source includes sun, stars, okay. So artificial is etc. Artificial source include man-made materials, man-made materials like electric bulb, LEDs, okay, fluorescent bulb, fluorescent bulbs, etc. So these are the types sources of light. Again, we have three types of medium where the light will pass through that. Sometimes will not pass through that. Sometimes partially it will pass through that. So we have medium, transparent, translucent, and opaque. So medium we use for objects also. Generally we use a name for this medium as object. Okay. So transparent medium, translucent medium, and opaque medium. Okay. Then what is transparent? When the light is allowed to pass through any medium, suppose you take a sheet, glass of sheet, a sheet of glass. When you take a glass, plain glass, the light passes through this easily. Or you can take folders, that plastic folders will be there, which are transparent. Means light easily passes through them. Means transparent objects are those which allows light to pass through them. So example here we can give like plain water. plain glass. Etc. So translucent here, translucent object are those which allow light to pass through them partially. Only little light will pass can pass through that. Translucent objects which allow light to pass through partially. So here example is here that wax paper will be there, tracing paper, wax paper. Okay, so we can say wax paper or tracing paper, etc. See, even in windows also, there are some windows which are transparent, which allow only little light to pass through them. Okay. So here even mist, mist. Here you can take one or two examples. Fog, mist. This is fog. Manju, we call manju. In Kannada we call manju. Fog, etc. Manju means little blurred image. Okay, so these are the transparent objects are the which allow light to pass through them completely. Translucent objects are the which allow light to pass through them partially only little light it will allow. Okay. Stop. Okay, now we will try to find what are opaque objects. Opaque objects. So these are the objects which do not allow light to pass through them, So example is notebook, okay, stone, wood, etc. Okay, suppose I will hold a notebook here. Okay, if I hold a notebook here, okay, suppose this is a duster. If I hold like this, you can't see it. Suppose if I hold like this here, I will close it. Can you see what is written behind? No, you can't see, because these objects will not allow light to pass through them. So such objects which do not allow light to pass through them are called opaque objects. Okay. Then next is how light travels. Generally, light travels in a straight line. So for this traveling of light in a straight line is called rectilinear propagation of light. Rectilinear propagation of light. So whenever light passes in a straight line, because usually light passes in a straight line, the property of light traveling in a straight line, is called rectilinear, means straight line. Rectilinear propagation, passing. Rectilinear propagation of light. Okay. So how do you show this? You can perform a simple experiment in your home. I will explain. In your home you can perform. Okay. Take 3 card sheets. Okay. Take 3 card sheets like this and keep that card sheets in a straight line. First you start with keeping in straight line. Okay. So what you do here, you will keep a candle. Where? Here. You will place a candle here. Okay, you light the candle. Okay. So now what you do, you put a hole to this card sheet. So when you put a hole exactly in the middle, the light ray means you can see the candle, because light of the candle is passing through this hole. Light of the candle is passing through the hole. So in this way you are able to see the light here. You are seeing, you are watching from here. You see from here. You are seeing from here. You can see the candle through the holes. So in this way we can pull that light travels in a straight line. Light travels in a straight line. Or light travels in a straight line every day, every time. Okay. So this is a simple experiment which you can copy down. Stop. And then now actually we will find what is shadow and what are the how it is formed. Okay. Formation of shadow. Okay. Actually, shadow is the effect of propagation of light. Shadow is the shadow formation is the effect of rectilinear propagation of light. Rectilinear propagation of light. How it is formed? Suppose an object is there. If you pass the light through this, its image is from that side. Okay, I will show here. Suppose I am holding here. I hold like this, or I hold like this here. Okay. See, there is a light source there. If I hold like this, there is a dark region formed there. You can see that, but its image is from there. Its shadow is from there. So this dark region is called shadow. Okay. So shadow is formed due to the blocking of rectilinear propagation of light. Whenever any light source is blocked, when you block it, the light rays falls on the opaque object and its shadow is formed. So this dark region The dark region formed is called shadow. Okay. So what are the conditions to the formation of shadow? When if the shadow is to be formed, what are the conditions? See, first one is condition. Okay. So first is shadow is formed whenever there is light. So shadows can be formed only when there is light. Shadows are formed only in the availability of light. Only in the availability of if there is no light, no shadow formation is there. Okay, this is one condition. So one more is what? Shadow is found always in opposite of the source of light. Suppose light is there, here is the object, this is shadow. Means shadow is formed in the opposite part of the source of light. Shadow is formed in the opposite side of the source of light. So this is about shadow here. Okay. Hope you are clear with the topic, and moreover you have to go through textbook and read once so that it will be little clear and your doubts will be clarified. Children, this light can be refracted, reflected, diffracted and scattered. But what are all these technique? What are the terms which we use here? But they have their own meaning. Okay. So light can be scattered. Scattered is spreading. So light can be reflected. Light can be refracted. And light can be diffracted. Okay. So now there are two important concepts. One is reflection, one is refraction. Almost all in the laws of light we use these two technical terms compared to scattering of light, diffraction of light. Okay. Then first we will know what is actually reflection. So to understand reflection, I will give you one nice example. Okay. You take a ball, you stand in front of a wall. Just wherever you are standing, you take the ball and hit it. So ball will bounce back. It will bounce back in the same direction where you throw it, like this. Okay. Next, what you do? You take the ball and hit in other place. This place, like this. Here, if you hit, so ball will not come to you. Ball will reflect, means move from this place to that place. First, what happened? When you throw the ball, it went to the ball, hit it, and came back, bounced back. But in this case also it will bounce back, but it will not come to you because your angle of throwing ball is different. Here you are throwing straight angle, it is bouncing back in straight angle. Here you are throwing in different angle, it is moving back in different angle. So same way, light also will reflect. So this reflection of light, this bouncing back of light from the surface, from a smooth surface is called reflection. Okay. So the bouncing back, actually what is actually bounce? Bounce, coming back, hitting back, coming back. So bouncing back of light from the surface is called reflection. But in this reflection when take place, one concept you have to understand. What you understand? I will show diagrammatically what are the changes take place whenever you pass a beam of light. When you say beam, what is beam of light? It is a small rays of light moving in single line. It's called beam of light. Okay. So what I will do here, I will draw one simple diagram. So this line will indicate mirror, smooth surface, which is called mirror. So I will mark here M and M dash. M and M dash. This is mirror. Okay. Now, between the mirror, I will draw one perpendicular line touching the mirror. This perpendicular line is called normal. It is denoted by N, normal. Okay. So this is, I will separate this. So the normal, when you draw from one point from the mirror, so this point is called O. This is called point of incidence. Point of incidence. Okay. So that I will write here. MM is surface. Okay. So N is a normal drawn, which is perpendicular. And O is point of incidence. O is point of incidence. Okay. Now what I will do here, I will take a beam of light, ray I will take a ray, and this ray I will just pass here. I will pass, because this is a mirror, I can take a torch and make a light to fall on the mirror. Okay. So this will reach to the what? O. So this ray is called incident ray. This ray is called incident ray. So here you can call it as PO. So PO is called incident ray, and one more, because when you put a light over the smooth surface, it will reflect back. That reflecting back is called reflected ray. This you can indicate as O. This is reflected ray. So here I can write, this is OQ as reflected ray. Now what changes we see here? See, the angle of, again there is one angle called MON. Here MON, it becomes an angle. This becomes 90 degree. But PON, this becomes one more angle. This angle is called angle I. So this is angle of what? Incidence. Angle of incidence. Where you will try to make a particular angle. Okay. This is angle of incidence. And here, when it touches to the point of incidence and just move back, it moves in the opposite direction. This also forms one angle called R. So this R is called angle of reflection. Angle of reflection. Okay. So this is a simple method to understand what are the things in the reflection when reflection takes place. Okay, so first you draw a normal and perpendicular, which is called mirror. When you draw a normal on the perpendicular to the mirror, when you pass a beam of light, when you pass a straight line beam of light, so what happened? It will go and reflect back, bounce back. So here angle of I will be always is equal to angle of R only. So these are laws which these laws will continue next class. Okay. So I think children you have to note down. I hope it is little clear. Maybe it's clear only. It is not right. Perpendicular angle of point of incidence. Okay, laws of we'll try to find what are laws of reflection of light. Laws of the reflection of light. So what does first law says? Okay, first law says the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflected. The angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. The angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. This is one law. Second law states that means here, so you can say angle I is equal to angle R. Means suppose this is 45 degree. Angle of reflection is also 45 degree. Okay. So next law is the incident ray the reflected ray and the normal is which you draw perpendicular to the mirror, all lie in the same plane, all lie at the where all lie on the same plane, all lie on the same plane at the point of incidence, at the point of incidence. So these are the two important laws of reflection of light. Okay. Now I will give 2 to 3 questions as homework so that you can note down. Okay. I think it is clearly visible. I will rub it. Shall I rub it?